well-behaved audience, all going quiet at dead on 9 o'clock. Welcome everybody. My name is Ricky Arnold. I'm going to be facilitating throughout the whole day today, and we welcome you here. I'm welcoming you on behalf of Art on the Move and the Department of Culture and the Arts and all of the galleries across the whole region, across the whole state. It's very exciting to see you all here today. I think this, I was asking Gary earlier whether he's seen a gathering of this size from the regional gallery network recently or ever, and he doesn't remember seeing you all in one place and one time in this same way for a long time. So if Gary hasn't seen you here like this, then maybe it's never happened. So this is a really exciting once in a lifetime day today, that first gathering where we all come together and we get a really exciting chance to have a look at what's been happening across the sector, what's a possibility for the future for this sector, and how can we all as a collective and as a voice bring our issues and our needs to the surface and find out how can we in the future start to work together to maybe solve some of those issues. So we're going to take you through a very organised day this morning. This morning's sessions are, we have some fantastic speakers that are going to give us some really interesting, knowledgeable perspectives. Perspectives from outside of our state, but perspectives from within our state and across other sectors, so that we can try and hear how other sectors have perhaps addressed some of the issues that we're all faced with. And we're going to hear from some of our artists who have developed careers across many years across our sectors, and we're going to hear how they have managed to do that. This afternoon we're going to have a bit of a facilitated workshop session where we're going to split you all into smaller groups, and we're going to have some really great brainstorming, and we're going to pick your brains. So today is the day. Relax this morning, but today is the day where all of your knowledge and all of your issues and ideas for the future will be gleaned from you to make way for future generations as well. So before we go any further, there's a couple of housekeeping things I need to let you know. So first of all, the bathrooms are all out to the right. If you go past the artworks, I'm told, follow the sounds of the ocean and you will find the bathrooms. If for some unfortunate circumstance we need to have an evacuation, you will hear sirens here, but I'm told that the first sirens are always just get ready, we're investigating, and then you'll be told by staff whether we need to actually evacuate. And what we'll do is go straight out of the fish trap door, which is straight opposite here, and walk around to the muster point, which is in between the Reading Cinema and Hans Cafe around the corner. So just in case, but we're not expecting that to happen. Throughout the day we are filming the speakers today, and we will be taking photographs. At lunchtime people will be wandering around interviewing you and asking for little vox pop questions, asking you about your visions for the sector. If you do not want that to happen, or you do not want your photographs used, if you can approach somebody from the Art on the Move team today and let them know that, so that we can make sure that we don't use any of the photos in any of the reporting and publicity for this particular forum in the future. So just let us know. Maybe I should introduce the Art on the Move team, just in case any of you don't know them, but I'm sure you do. So Ilse, do you want to stand up? So first of all, thank you to them they've done a whole lot of work for today. So if we can thank them. So thank you to Zoe, thank you to Krithika, Julie, Fiona, Ilse and Amy for today, and they're going to be helping with all the facilitation this afternoon. So anything you need to ask or know, then find one of them and they'll help you today. Calum Carty, our local creative, who is our videographer and photographer today. Calum, thank you. We want to thank the Mandurah Performing Arts Centre as well now for the use of the space for free today, which is even more awesome. Thank you to the team here. And the City of Mandurah and Chasm for later on, because they're going to be hosting a sundowner for us all at Chasm, which we, with wine and cheese at 5 o'clock. So we'll put together some people to help get you over there if you're not sure where that is later on. But of course also we want to thank DCA and the team who are here today for their investment in this forum and having that vision to see that a get together and a collective conversation like this is important for the future of this sector. So thank you, DCA. Now, that's all the housekeeping done. So really, we're very excited to welcome George Walley, who is going to give us a welcome to country this morning. And I'll just let you know a little bit about George. He's a Mandurah Noongar person, a traditional owner, a musician, and his songs were being played as you came in. Songwriter, culture teacher, and Noongar language teacher. George is a primary school teacher for 20 years and now works in the health area at the Nidjala Wangamia Health and Wellbeing Centre. So he's going to welcome us this morning, so please welcome George.
Thank you very much, Ricky. It's really nice to be here. I apologise for that tie. It's not me. It was for a special occasion a few years ago. Anyway, it's really nice to be part of the Art on the Move, the forum that you're having here, and welcoming you to country. This country, or this Budja, this land is called Binjarab, the territory. The place that we meet on today is called Mandurah. And it's a long-winded version, and the real version, I guess, or the actual version of Mandurah, if you don't know that. And as part of sharing culture, what we've done, and the very visual display of culture being shared, I guess, is through signage, and it goes back through having street names from literally decades, over a few decades now, and there's a story behind that, to long-winded names on the freeway as well, and which becomes a, yes, I heard a murmuring there. Was it a groan? On the forest highway as well. I'm responsible for those names, so... But like anything, it wasn't a me thing. It was in consultation with eldership to continue on sharing our culture in ways that are appropriate, and working with, through the native title process, a number of ways, I guess, with the City of Mandurah, with the main roads, the road builders in the past, that's to do with the highway and the freeway. And that's a very visual way, I guess, in how we've gone about purposely wanting to share our culture. The thing of, I guess, in another form for me, I'll get a couple of these pieces of work that are not very good, but there's a reason. So this is my version of Art on the Move. I came across this one, and it's the Woggle and the eggs. The Woggle and the Nuruk, Lake Clifton, the Thrombolites. But I came across something to do with a book that I'm reading, and the book is called The Mysteries of the Chartres, or Chartres, a big cathedral in somewhere between Paris and Cannes in France, and had an image similar to this. and the image to me was very striking. It was just simple black and white, and it had something similar. And I wondered if the Woggle had been over to France sometime. But it shows that in some form, and it's to do with the telluric, it's to do with lines of energy that we have all over the world, and the original knowledge that was used to build a few of those great cathedrals in that time. But what I'm saying is, I guess, there's this commonality of something, and perhaps goes into something that we don't understand. When you look at the creation beliefs of the Waggle in our creation account, we've got this amazing Waggle, and on just behind the head, it's got this mane, this beautiful mane. So it's not just something that we hear about. I've got uncles who've said that they've seen in the Murray River, nearer to Pinjarra way, they're coming out of the water, and they could see clearly on the moonlit night that great snake. And it manifested itself in a physical way. The stories that and this is something that I'm doing for a logo, believe it or not. This one here, in telling the story of our land, the top part of the hills. And the top part represents, the big circle there represents a particular hill with a great story to it, Woodarchie Hill. And Woodarchies, if you know anything about Woodarchies, they are little people who cause mischief. And I'm not talking about children here, I'm just talking about there's Mamaris and Bullets and the Woodarchies. But even in the old maps of Nyungar people going around and showing the surveys, this hill is recognised to the north. I think it's the east of dwelling up in the hill range, or Darling Range, or Cardamornda. And it's one very significant hill there, and it makes your hair on your back of your neck stand up sometimes. And the rest of it is the different lines that we see across the way to do with what we have between the hills and the ocean. And the yellow on there is the beach line. So for me, that was one way of saying, well, how can I tell a story and thus think about the knowledge that's been passed on and think about how best presented in that form. So that's the way, and Uncle Harry Nannup always speaks about the tortoise, the Yarkin. And so this one basically is to do with celebrating that which is important to us. And you do see two tortoises looking towards each other in there, hopefully. You do see down the bottom, well, there is there, it's probably a bit small for you to see, but there is the other version, I guess, of the Waggle encircling its eggs, and the eggs being the thrombolites at Lake Clifton. So I sort of tried to get my head around doing something for a logo. I think I call it a theme, looking for a logo. But it's more than that, it's telling the story. I can't go to Perth and tell their stories. I can't go to Bunbury and tell their stories, or Busselton or Albany. I can only tell the stories of here. And that's the important thing about knowledge as well. So recognising what Art on the Move does in telling the story on the move, referring to cultural knowledge of many different artists, I think that's a wonderful thing. I think that the opportunity is there to learn more about significant events, even the historical events, as well as the cultural knowledge. And it is, like, for example, the photo I saw of Samavani Gloria Kearing's artwork, talking about the spirit, talking about the massacre in Pinjarra. They're all very important in the way that we share the story, tell the story, and also refer to the story for our own teaching of the next generations. So what you're doing today is very significant, and it fits in with, and I won't go into all sorts of government launches of acts and strategies, but I certainly want to just acknowledge Kim. Kim, can you please raise your hand? I'm sure people know you're here. Kim very kindly was playing my music as you're walking in as well. So I don't consider myself a painter with paint. I consider myself more of a person who is a whammy winner with music. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to come here and to just talk with you, I guess. In my first language, in referring to knowledge and Kardijan, Kardijan is the name for knowledge. Cart is the head, just like the cart is the top of the painting there, the Karda Morna, the Darling Ranges as we call them, cart, the top of the head, or the hills. Ngan Jirpa Ngan Nija, I'm happy that I'm here speaking to you. Ngan Nunuk, in talking to you, and Ngan Nunuk literally means I'm looking, I'm looking. Kardajan, Jinangin, Waradin, all those doing words to do with searching out. Waradin is to do with searching, and Jinangin is to do with looking. So I wish you well on this day in the Wankaring, the conversations that you would have. And thank you again to Kim and the team for allowing me the opportunity to come in and speak to you in this way. I just want to play a little bit of the Didgenaff. I'm up to 13 minutes, I think.